All right, well, today the Belize Travelcast has the honor of having some interesting people in our studio. And we brought in people, these folks that love birds. They love raptors. And they wanted me to say and pronounce the word raptors because they love raptors. And they take sick birds. They take hurt birds. And they cure them. They rehabilitate them. And after that, they let them go. But there are also raptors and other little birds that cannot go back into the wild. So what they do is they keep them in and they help them to have a happy life. And that's a lot of work. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome with me this afternoon, Sarah Mann. Sarah, you are the big-time director. You're the person with the dream.
Big time.
I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
All right. And my first question to you, Sarah, is obviously, and I don't want to be rude, but you're obviously not Belizean. You were not born in this country. Nope. You came to this country. Tell me how. How did you hear about Little Belize and decided, you know what, make a fly to Belize. Let me go to Belize. How did you end up here?
Through my college, my agri college, New Mexico State University. Mm-hmm. There was a class being offered that brought us to Belize, and I did a study on raptors at Monkey Bay. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I went back from that 10 days, I applied for a job with the Peregrine Fund for the Orange Breasted Falcon project. I love Belize. Absolutely loved it. The trips we went on, the places, the people we met. And I got the job within that week. And that sent me back to Belize for 8 months.
So you're telling me that from the first time you came to this country, it was to deal with birds?
Yes. Yeah.
So how long have you been dealing with birds then?
Oh, a long time. I've been volunteering at places since high school with raptors. But yeah, I got into working with things through my college, golden eagles, goshawks, spotted owls. So yeah.
So when you came to Belize, it was with that intention to come and find out what Belize has to offer in the birding area?
Yeah, I was looking at edge effect and raptors with deforestation and areas that were left natural compared to areas that were being cleared.
And what area did you go to?
Monkey Bay area.
Yeah, that's where you came to do your study.
Yep.
Where did you see your first raptor though?
Oh, coming out from the airport, actually. It was a snail kite. And I was just blown away because we don't get those in Texas, not where I'm at or where I was at, or New Mexico. So I actually made the van stop.
What was the first bird? What was the first raptor?
A snail kite.
Oh, yeah.
And I was blown away. It was right off the highway.
Male or female?
It was a male.
All right, good.
Yes,
so it had that beautiful white stripe.
Oh, it was so gorgeous. It was just sitting there on the line. It was right out of the airport as we were coming out. And I freaked out, made the van stop. And they all laughed at me, all the students.
How many times had you seen a snail kite before that?
Never.
Oh, you sure? Are you serious?
Yeah, never seen one.
That was the first time?
That was the first time.
But they have them in North America, don't they?
Yeah, not where I was at, though.
Oh, wow.
So I'd never seen one.
So you saw that beautiful hook bill.
Oh, the bill. Yeah, orange. Beautiful.
Yes, man. And you told the van, hey, stop.
Yes. I did, actually.
They were wondering, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, they actually stopped and I ran down the highway to go try to get a photo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was me.
That was cool. So you decided at that moment, this is where I want to be.
No, as I actually started working and I met a tour guide, Melito Bustamante, awesome guy. Yeah. He was a great tour guide. He introduced me to a lot of places to go see certain raptors. Still communicate with him, saw him a couple weeks back. But he got me really falling in love with the country.
Apart from the snail kite, which was the bird that you decided, man, I don't want to leave this place?
Orange Breasted Falcon.
Where?
1,000-foot falls.
Yeah, okay, good.
So
that was
normal.
The spot.
Yeah,
that was the spot.
And that's the bird that brought me back and kept me here. And then that's where the project kind of spiraled from.
Yeah. Yeah. So what got you into birding though?
Well, I've loved birds ever since I was a kid. I used to do a library thing. My parents used to take me to the library and I saw my first red-tailed hawk. Fell in love with raptors. Wow. I love all birds, but I really love raptors. I believe humans connect more with predatory animals anyway.
Why?
Just because we're intrigued by them. They're the apex predators of the world.
But all birds are beautiful, Sarah.
Oh, they are. But there's just something about them. I mean, they're solitary. They have to hunt. They're powerful. I mean, look at the ornate hawk eagle. It takes prey 4 times its size. How?
Yeah.
You know, just to watch, they're magnificent. To watch them hunt, their eyesight, their stealth, the agility.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. When they look at you, it's penetrating
fierce
eyes. Yeah.
I mean, one of our ornate that was shot 4 times, we'll talk about the way she looks at you. She's looking in your soul.
Yeah.
It's very intense.
Yeah. It kind of intimidating too, right? When
Yes.
Yeah.
And so working with them, it's a pleasure.
And tell me something. How did the Raptor Center come about, Sarah? You came to Belize. You fell in love with Belize. Obviously, you came back.
I did.
You saw the Raptors. You saw the Orange Breasted Falcon. You decided, you know what? I'm not leaving this country anymore.
No.
So you wanted to stay.
Yep.
So then, how did that Raptor Center come to take place? How did it happen?
It's a cool story. So when I was working with the Orange Breasted Falcon project on weekends, I found places to volunteer. I came across the bird rescue out of Belmopan. I volunteered with them. I started doing quite a bit of work. They brought me on as a rehabber after I was done with the project. And within that year, I was actually sitting around a table with their directors, and we were like, how can I help more? Like, I specialize in raptors. We specialize in certain rehab methods that we do. And so that's when it was created, just sitting around a table talking. And the director there actually helped me with the force department, getting me along the path that I needed to go on to make this a real thing. So it was in 2013 is when we first put that name down, went to the force department and got the MOU.
How difficult was that?
No, it wasn't that difficult because of my background.
You know why I ask it though? Because there has been difficulty in understanding the difference between rehabilitation, having an animal in a cage versus freedom.
Yes.
So that's why I asked you, like, how difficult was the concept accepted?
Accepted is different.
Yeah.
So getting the program up and running and going to the schools, the teachers were so excited to have this program brought to their schools. The kids love it. The first time they'd seen a gray-headed kite up close or a plumeous kite. But the community, some were not very accepting of it because, it's hard to explain why this plumeous kite is in a cage when it looks normal.
You're talking about the birding community.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah, not the community, but the birding world.
The birding world.
Yeah.
It's taken a little while and some still are not very accepting of it.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you know what? We are actually community-based. We started this for the people of Belize. If some don't support us, that's fine. Like we still go to the schools. We talk to over 10,000 kids a year. Like it just becomes to a point where one day they might not.
Yeah. Well, I want to encourage you to keep it up.
Oh man, we're not.
I love birds too. And I'm a bird watcher, but you know what you do? It's like people, man.
Yes.
We have freedom, but we need the hospital sometimes.
Oh, man. And sometimes you need rehab.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you do. And you need to be cared for forever.
Yeah.
And all of ours have really interesting stories.
Correct, man.
And I don't know, there's just something about, if you look at our Facebook page, you'll see the kids, the way their eyes light up. I mean, most kids in this country will never see an Orange Breasted Falcon.
Yeah, I know.
And just show them one up close. That kid may go from loving peregrines to loving Orange Breasted and being the kid that saves that one species.
The size of the talon, isn't it?
Yes. You know, it's just, it's amazing.
It's an amazing bird.
Yes,
now, you let's talk about volunteerism. You have this center. Obviously, it's doing well. Thank you too, Sarah, because as a Belizean, I do appreciate efforts like this.
Thank you.
How can people become a part of helping?
We accept all volunteers. Basically, just to send us through our Facebook Messenger, you can send a message, meet with me, kind of look at what you're looking at. Sometimes people want to come and work on trails.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want to work with rehab or work closely with training. So I need to know what you need to, what you want to accomplish. Okay. We have students come from UB that want to do hours and also from the high schools. We take on kids that need hours for graduating.
Yeah.
But usually it's 1 to 2 times per week.
Okay.
Getting used to the birds, and then we start training you.
Yeah. What PR do you use? I mean, if let's say I would say, Sarah, I'd like to come, you give me some education and I'm going to push as much as I can to the rest of the world. Do you accept that type of thing?
Yes, absolutely. We have several different, stuff to promote and talk about different things that we do. Because we do a live raptor show every day, except for Sundays, and we don't charge any fees. Because what we realize, if we started charging fees, guess who that doesn't encourage to come?
Correct.
The people we started for.
Correct.
So we just do donation-based only, and it's amazing. I mean, we've had 93 people show up one day from Santa Elena.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's the people we want to reach.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. What about your educational programs? I mean, do you go to schools?
Yeah.
Do you go to different communities around the country? Do you use the television stations? Do you use radio?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you do for the educational aspect to get known?
The lady you speak to next, I mean, she was down working with Tide. She was on their talk show.
You mean the young lady from Toledo?
Toledo,
Yeah.
yes.
Maricia?
You'll meet her next. Yes, head bird trainer.
Yeah.
She was actually Wonder Woman of the Month too from the U.S. Embassy.
Oh, she
recognized
was?
for education. Yes.
Oh man, it's
Rocking
good you told
it.
me that.
Woo.
Yeah, she is rocking, man. I have to have a.
Yeah.
I have to ask
Bring
her to
that
tell
up.
us something. She's a power lady,
Yes,
isn't she?
She is a power lady,
Yeah,
and
man.
she is well looked at by the community and the girls and the young
Yeah.
girls in the villages.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and as a role model.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
So she goes about the country promoting birds. You say
Yeah.
she's your leading person in the educational
She is.
aspect.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yeah.
Me and Maricia, we actually are the ones that head the whole program.
Uh-huh.
Me and her, we do 6 programs on site every week, and then we do at least 1 to 2 off site. We were doing 4, but it became a little too much.
Yeah.
But for example, UB on Friday, we're there for the Science Expo. Next week we have, we're in Burl Boom.
Yeah.
We're in Valley of Peace, and we're also in Belmopan.
Yeah. So if a school says,
Call me.
Sarah, we want you to come to our school.
Yep.
Do you go to the school, or
We
do
do.
the school has to come to your center?
No, they can do either.
Yeah.
Right now, we can't have more than 65 at one time.
Correct.
We're very limited with our space.
Correct.
Because of the funding. But we go to the schools and we do take a falcon and an owl, and then we send the kids home with an invitation to come to the center. Because what we've realized over the last 8 years we've been doing it is the kids fall in love with the birds, but the parents still don't have the education of why that laughing falcon is so important, because that laughing falcon eats venomous snakes, but it's in the field where the chickens are.
Yeah.
So why don't we shoot it just in case it
Yeah,
might eat our
man.
chickens?
Yeah, that's sad.
So we want the kids to bring their, there's this free thing we can go do on the Saturday after the
Correct,
market,
correct.
and they bring their family, and then the parents learn. Because the kids can teach their parents to a certain point, but if they come and see it for themselves,
Yeah.
it's much better.
Yeah, well, there's a saying that says you can straighten a twig, but not a tree.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing right now. You're educating the young people and molding them into adulthood, respecting the science
Yes, absolutely.
and the field of birding. So I know that you favor the raptors.
Yeah.
But what other birds do you have there, Sarah? I mean, would you accept any bird? If let's say a little bird is injured, would you accept that little bird there?
So within this area in Cayo, yes, what we do is we help out with the bird rescue. So I will pick up a bird, stabilize it, and then we look at transport. Due to funding and the fact that we specialize in birds of prey, we don't take on long-term other birds.
Okay.
But we do, we are certified with the IWRC, certification for rehab.
Can you tell me what that jargon stands for?
The International Wildlife Rehabilitation Council.
Okay, very
So
good.
it's a specific certification for rehabbing. So we accept everything. We can stabilize it, but we do pass it on.
Okay, and what do you enjoy most living in this beautiful little country, Sarah? I mean, I know you like birds.
Exploring.
Exploring.
So yesterday we were in Dangriga. And then afterwards, I took my son to Hopkins, and we enjoyed the day out. And I
You
just
celebrated Garifuna Settlement Day.
Yes.
The drumming and all that.
My boyfriend, he's half Garifuna, so we had to go and see it.
Oh, you have a Garifuna boyfriend.
Well, he's
Very
half
good.
British, half Garifuna. It's
Yeah,
kind of
Belize is a mix, man.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, we're a melting pot. We're a melting pot.
Yes,
All right,
and that's one of the things I love about it too.
Yeah.
I love the culture.
Yeah.
Culture.
What part of the country do you love the most?
Cayo.
You serious?
I really fell in love with it. But okay, driving down Hummingbird Highway, I won't lie, that's one of my absolute favorite drives. I could do it.
So
every day of the
beautiful.
week. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Especially when you really get to that turn to Southern Highway and you see that mountain range.
Correct.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. But you fell in love with Cayo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Do we have better birds here?
Yeah, we have really good birding hotspots within Cayo. Definitely.
Yeah.
Good places to go too. So I mean, on Sundays, I take my son to the different Mayan ruins. That's our Sunday thing.
Yeah.
So I love being able to do that.
What's your favorite thing to do apart from birds? Apart from
birds.
archaeological sites, or if that's it, you can say it. But what's your favorite pastime in Belize? Even if it's going to that little bar and drinking a nice belekin, it doesn't matter.
Taking the son with me.
Well, you can't. Don't teach him to drink yet. He's too small.
He's young.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got
too
British
young.
blood in him.
Man, the British are known for drinking, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
But Belizeans too.
I know, right? Good place for me.
Yeah. What's your favorite Belizean drink?
Oh man, I do like a Belican.
Belican beer.
Yeah.
So you're a
it's
beer
nice.
drinker.
Here and there. Yeah.
What about rum?
I like wine though, and it's too expensive here.
Well, Belize doesn't have wine. We have liqueurs, right? But
I
it's
know.
fruity and nice.
Very fruity.
Yeah.
Yes. There's some good local wines too.
Very good local. All right, man. Sarah, is there anything else you would like to say that I missed? Maybe you'd like to mention before we tell you thank you. Is there anything that you would like to address?
Well, we have a really good, exciting news. We actually just received a grant for a full-blown clinic. I mean, I'm talking surgical suit, x-ray machine, housing kennels. We've been working with the Forest Department because we specialize in raptors. We do a special precondition release. So we take them to the airport. We condition them properly before they're released instead of sitting them in a cage. Because if you know raptors, you know they don't move during the day.
Yeah,
you have to get them moving in order to get them ready for the wild.
Yeah.
So this full-blown clinic will have us ready in 2020 to accept everything, which would be fantastic. And enough funding with this grant that will allow us to build more flight enclosures and a big flight cage.
Yeah. So how long will that have you going for? Because it's very expensive. I mean, you know.
It is. This grantee, she's looking at every year granting us the exact same amount.
So you're okay in that respect.
We're looking at a really nice, and that is so good for Kyle because if you know, I mean, it's really hard to find working x-ray machines. Yeah. This is a portable one, digital. We can snap photos. We can send it to the vet in Belize City that we work with.
I was going to ask you that. Who's your vet?
We work with Philip, Dr. DeShield out of AMC, Animal Medical Center, or there's rotating vets that come to the zoo. They bring in Cornell vets, so we do work with them. Sometimes the bird rescue will have a vet. Yeah. But with this new clinic, we'll actually be able to house vets. We're looking at rotating vet students from around the U.S. and the UK. So
you work with Belizean vets as well, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My favorite was born in Belize. Yeah. Dr. DeShield's son.
Okay, good. The Dr. DeShield died, right? The first, he was a good guy.
He was amazing.
Yeah, Mike was one of the best that I know.
Well, his son is up and he's
coming on the same direction.
He's amazing. He's a magical surgeon. And yeah, so fantastic. That's our favorite, but it's really far and it's really stressful on the bird. So we need an on-site surgical suit so he can come visit us too. Yeah,
and you were very happy just now too when you said you got a new little bird, a pygmy. Oh, was it a ferruginous pygmy?
It was a ferruginous. Yeah. Yes. And unfortunately, pygmy owls and bat falcons. For the longest time that I've been here, I've seen them as pets.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Two of the most commonly seen taken for pets. They're very easy to. I mean, come on, a pygmy owl sits on the floor. You can walk right up to it and pick it up. Yeah. So unfortunately, these boys thought it would be a really good idea. They got smacked around the head. Their parents said, you need to call the Raptor Center. You need to turn this over. Yeah. And we actually I called the school in that area and we're going to the school in 2 weeks' time. So we'll be at that school to talk to these kids because they took it and they clipped its wings. Okay. So it's going to be with us, unfortunately, until it molts. Yeah, of course. Which is a sad case. Yeah, man. It's first year of life. But it's definitely wild, definitely releasable. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah,
that's good news. Yeah. And Sarah, I'll promise you something. I'll come visit you. And I will help you in some way or the next.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Definitely. I want to do something like that.
You'll love it.
For the birding community, for birds, and for the wild, for everything, for Belize.
For everyone. That's what this is for. Yeah. This is for Belizeans. That's why we made it. Yeah. That's why we started it. And it's because I want my son to grow up here and see an orange breasted falcon in the wild. Totally so. And I want kids that he goes to school to see that too. So.
And I'm going to ask these guys here at the Belize Travelcast to come with me. All right, to help, to clean cages, whatever we're going to do. We're going to go as a team.
Y'all got to start at the bottom.
Yeah, we're going to go as a team, all right, and give you a little hand in something. Yes, Sarah, any thank yous, any messages that you'd like to send to the world?
I just want everyone to know, every day, Monday through Saturday, come out and see us. We offer it's a live raptor show. We bring all of our birds out. Basically what we do at the center is we train them, and that training is keeping them mentally and physically fit. We don't make them do anything. They do it and then they get rewarded for it. You'll love it. You learn about all the individual birds, why they're at our center, either shot 4 times, hit by a car, blind, caught in barbed wire fences, people poach and sometimes they imprint them and they just don't know their birds. Yeah. That's a scary bird to release.
Yeah, it's sad.
And it's sad. Yeah, but you learn about every single story and why we have them. And I encourage everyone to come.
That's the question that we must ask ourselves. What is the purpose of that creature?
Yes. And they all have. I mean, raptors they're specialized, laughing falcons. Yeah. I had one and I couldn't take blood from its leg because they're built to take an impact from a snake.
Yes, man.
Fertile ants.
Yeah.
The yellow jaw. So
correct. They're specialized.
Yes, and come see the vulture. Everyone doesn't seem like vultures, but Core is the best.
They are very important too.
They are very important and they're highly intelligent.
Yes.
They're as intelligent as a 3-year-old child.
Yeah, man.
And they mate for life. And they actually, if they lose their partner, they never remate.
Yeah.
55 years.
Yeah.
You know, they can live. So, I
They're
mean,
good examples, aren't they?
yes.
For men.
You should see when I tell the
And
crowd
women.
that people always hit their partners and, you know. So
They should be a symbol of love.
yeah, they are a symbol of love,
They
actually.
are, aren't they?
On our poster, it's love.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so this is definitely, we definitely talk a
beautiful.
lot about the black vultures and vultures in general.
Well, Sarah, thank you very much. You know, having you, it's been fun.
Thank you for
I hope that
having
we can
us.
get you back again. But you know what? We're going to go visit you, as I said. Okay?
Yes.
And we're gonna come and clean cages or do something.
There you go.
All right?
And don't be too hard on Marcia when she comes.
No, Marcia, she's cool. I'm sure we're gonna be having a good time.
We're
And
gonna have
as-
a great time.
Yeah, as Sarah said, just so, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank her and for all the hard work that she's doing in saving our beautiful raptors, our beautiful little birds in Belize. This is the Belize Travelcast.